We start? So, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for your interest for being here. I just concluded my briefing before the Council on the occasion of my office's 13th report on the situation in Libya, pursuant to Resolution 1970. And I was pleased with the expressions of support I received from Council members for our work in Libya. I expressed my profound regret about the overall security situation in Libya and that it has deteriorated significantly since my last report to this Council last year, November. I expressed my concern that further instability in Libya will only aggravate a climate of impunity, which could in turn lead to widespread human rights abuses and violations of international humanitarian law, affecting civilians and those most vulnerable, women and children. The situation is already dire. I wanted Libyans, the Council and the international community to know that my office has not abandoned Libya. On the contrary, notwithstanding the many challenges present, we are all doing all we can to contribute in accordance with our legal mandate. There are several points I want to highlight. First, since my last report to the Council, my office has made steady progress in our office's investigations, notwithstanding our inability to carry out investigations in Libya itself. Second, the court has just unsealed a warrant of arrest issued against a new suspect in the Libya situation, Mr. Al-Tuhami Mohamed Khalid. Mr. Al-Tuhami is the former head of the Libyan Internal Security Agency under Mohamed Gaddafi. We allege that he is responsible for crimes against humanity of imprisonment, persecution, torture, and other inhumane acts, and the war crimes of torture, cruel treatment, and outrages upon personal dignity. These crimes were allegedly committed by Mr. Al-Tuhami as part of Mr. Muammar Gaddafi's response to the events of 2011. By unsealing of the warrant of arrest against Mr. Al-Tuhami, we hope to enhance the chances of having him apprehended. We also hope that it will send an important message to would-be perpetrators that the court remains seized of the situation in Libya and continues to be active in carrying out its judicial work. We understand he may be in Libya, and I call on Libya, Council members and all states to help confirm the whereabouts of Mr. Al-Tuhami and have him transferred to the custody of the court without delay. I also call on Libya and the Council to help ensure Mr. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi is transferred to the custody of the court without further delay. My office has since received reliable information that Mr. Gaddafi is no longer under the control of Mr. al-Attiri, but rather under the control of the Zintan Revolutionaries Military Council. We have also just heard rumors that there was an assassination attempt on Mr. Gaddafi's life just recently. The news broke today, and I have given instructions to have this information verified. This only underscores the need to ensure that he is transferred to the custody of the court for his own protection, but also to face justice in an independent and impartial court of law. Before the court, he will benefit from all due process guarantees under the Rome Statute. And finally, my office continues to collect and analyze information relating to serious and widespread crimes allegedly committed against civilians, including with respect to Gamfuda, but also migrants attempting to transit through Libya. As I mentioned to the Council, I am deeply alarmed by reports that thousands of vulnerable migrants, including women and children, are being held in detention centers across Libya in often inhumane conditions. Crimes including killings, rapes, and torture are alleged to be commonplace including human trafficking. The situation is unacceptable, demanding a concerted response. As I informed the Council, my office is carefully examining the feasibility of opening an investigation into migrant-related crimes in Libya, should the court's jurisdictional requirements be met. And finally, I stressed the ongoing challenges of resources for my office and sought UN support for funding. The fact is that we are doing the best we can, but we certainly do more with more adequate funding. The Libyan people have endured too much and have suffered for too long. They are deserving of that deeper sense of safety and security that society provides when it is fully immersed in the protective embrace of the law. And while the International Criminal Court is not a panacea, I, along with my team, we are committed to doing our part. Thank you for your attention. I'm happy to take a few questions. And also, please note that there are copies, I understand, of this statement, and the one before the Council is available.
Okay, thank you, Madam. My name is Jordan Dakamsi from Jordan News Agency. I have actually two questions. One of them is about, you said that you have, you thank the Council for its full support. Did you find that all members of the Council supporting you equally?
Well,
and my second question is, if you allow me to ask about the question of Palestine, what happened with their case, because you're still collecting evidence. Thank you.
With respect to the first question about whether all the members of the Council are supporting, definitely no. I'm sure you could hear from the statements that were made that some are not even in support of the one or two, are not in support of ICC's work in Libya. But I can also say that the majority, overwhelming majority of Council members do support the work that ICC does in Libya.
Yeah, this is my question, because the majority means not everybody is supporting.
That's what
your
I
work.
just said. It's not everybody.
So can you tell us which country is not supporting your work in Libya?
I mean, I think you were following. The ones that are usually supportive are always supportive. Those who are not, are not. So I don't think I need to go into name calling. My work in Palestine continues. We are, as you know, it's still under preliminary examinations. We still continue to receive a lot of information, which means that we have to look at it carefully and analyze it carefully. As long as it comes to the office, I have a duty and responsibility to look at that information. So this is ongoing. We have made progress in the preliminary examination, and I hope soon we will be able to go to a next phase.
Yes. Stefano Vaccaro, La Voce di New York and Radio Radicale in Rome. About the part that you say that you're investigating also the human rights, about the migrants situation in Libya. What do you think about the European Union